on Syria. But we stay in West Asia next, and the Settlement Administration in Israel's Defense Ministry has set permanent boundaries for 13 West Bank settlements, including several retroactively legalized by the government. Among them is Sar Nur, a settlement evacuated in the 2005 Gaza Disengagement Plan, which is planned for repopulation. This boundary-setting process aims to formalize the legalization of settlements previously deemed illegal outposts. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, overseeing the process, praised the move, calling it Zionism at its best and emphasizing the historical justice of children returning to build their country. The settlements receiving new boundaries include Aiya, Harasha, Migron, Nofe Prat, Ide Ad and others. But these settlements have been deemed illegal by the international community. According to the United Nations, Israeli settlements have no legal validity and constitute a flagrant violation of international law and EU restrictions. The United Nations have further stated that they are systemically shrinking the territory of the Palestinian state and further entrenching Israel's quote-unquote unlawful occupation. Matty joins us once again. Matty, before we discuss the international reaction, I first want to focus on the United States. Of course, Israel. I mean, of course, Donald Trump has said Israel will not be allowed to annex the West Bank, kind of seemingly getting a bit aggravated about Israel's actions there. Now this plan is going ahead. What are your thoughts on what the US might think of it?
Well, we have to divide the answer, because one thing is about these plans. I must remind you that for the last 57 years, Israel slowly has been doing more and more settlements in what some, even the labor governments, they put some of them, but they put it in another way. They put it around the actual boundaries of the West Bank, and the other right-wing governments, they say, no, we don't have only to secure our border, we have also to put inside, in every place, in every hill. So in all these last 57 years, they were doing settlements to go back, as they say, especially in the right, to the core of the soul of the Jewish nation that started in that area thousands of years ago. The question is today, what is the international status of all this? And every time the UN and others, they were saying they are a blatant breach of the resolutions, and then they forget about them, and then there are new ones, and then they say this again. This is not the question. The question is what is going to be with the actual government if they are trying to annex all these areas against the will of even Donald Trump. And the answer is no. They are not going to do it, but they are going to talk a lot about this. This is what's happening now. These are more settlements in more hills in Judea and Samaria, and they are going, everyone to protest, and then they are going to continue, because you don't have to forget that when they have a political settlement like the Oslo Accords, then some of the settlements were, they talk they must go out from these areas for determine a future Palestinian state. Now things are going in another path, but everything is going to be part of a political solution in the future. And now we are seeing that Donald Trump and the Israeli government don't go the same path. So this is just another mark in this history.
Yes, Matty Zaweg, thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX. It's a pleasure to have you on the programme as always. We now move on and over to Africa, where the African Union has